Hey, my widows and widowers, it's me again. I just wanted to kind of put a question out there instead of making a statement or a comment this time. Instead of me giving information this time, I have a question. All right, let me give you the story before I lead into the question. This somewhat hot topic, right? So, in the fall of last year, early fall, I want to say like I don't know, October, something like that. I was entering um, Kroger supermarket, and I hadn't even made it like 5 steps into the store. Pushed my buggy, um, and right before I was about to make that left-hand turn into the produce area, I noticed this firefighter running towards me, headed out the entrance I had just, you know, come through. So as he ran toward me, it was as if he was running slow, like in slow motion, you know, on purpose. That's what I felt like. And as he got closer, you could see how nicely built he was, and tight t-shirt, and he had the little, the little clip-on radio onto his shirt, right? So I was like, okay. And then before long, there was two more doing the same thing. It was like a trot, not like they was running. It was like a trot type thing, you know. And once again, the tight t-shirt, nicely built. So I stood there, hadn't moved from the first one, and they ran by me, right? And I was like, oh, okay, that was interesting. And then, darn it, then I, I think it was three more, but they were kind of like back. Like they all trotted. I mean, do they teach this this trot in basic training? You know, I don't know. But anyway, three of them trotted. The last of them trotted by me. Three of them. Tight t-shirts, muscular arms, and every form and of fineness, and every flavor you like, from ooh, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, caramel, white chocolate. And I just stood there. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if any of you guys remember Baywatch, but for those of you who do, you remember how during the intro and the characters would make this trot through the sand, you know? That's what that looked like. I'm so serious. That's exactly what it looked like. I couldn't make this up. This is exactly what happened. So as the last group passed me, right, I just took a deep breath. See, in that moment, I thought it was just me. And see, I typically do my grocery shopping while my children are in school. So I was like, now I wasn't breathing in because they had some nice smelling cologne on. I was like, I don't even remember if they did. That wasn't the point. Then all of a sudden, I hear a female voice kind of like to my right, but behind me, say, "Woo, don't you wish you could take that home?" So I turn around to my right. It's the lady at customer service. I said, "Oh my goodness, I thought I was the only one that saw that." And she was like, "Baby, I love it when they come in here." And I just smiled. We smiled at each other, just kind of like one of those ladies things, like, mm-hmm. So I continue my shopping. Now, this was in 2018. I thought about this Same scenario. That same slow trot last night. And it's January 2019. And here's my question. That hot topic. I digress from it. You go. My lips are chapped. May have a moisturizer too. But anyway, the question that I was kind of putting to myself, are you ready? Are you ready to date? I mean, I didn't even think, although I'm thinking it now, like sexual encounter, like, so, widows and widowers, you know, when is the right time? Last night, my body was saying, right now, and my heart was like, give me a little time, a little bit more time. My body was like, look, it'll be almost 8 years. Come on now. And then what does that look like? What does dating for a widow or widower look like? Especially, a young one like myself, you know, because there are a lot of, you know, different dynamics, you know, to it. It's not as if I'm a single parent with a shared, custody of some sort. It's just me. So, widows and widowers, how long does it take? And I know everybody's different. I get that. And I understand that. And I wouldn't rush anybody. But for those of you who are on this journey and has started dating, share with me, you know, what it felt like for you, like, what did it feel like? When is it? How did you feel when you knew? You know? The reason I'm asking a widow or widower, because, especially those with children, because whatever we do, it affects those immediately, close to us, especially our children. But the thing is, you don't want to, go through life self-sacrificing yourself. I mean, I don't want to wear, back in the, what was it, like in the early 20s and stuff like that, widows had to wear a black dress, never marry again. No, my husband wouldn't want that for me, and I definitely wouldn't want that for him had I transitioned first. I'm just not ready to just jump into something and my heart and body and mind are not on the same page. For me, it would take alignment, of my heart, my mind, and my body. And that's difficult if you have a husband, or a spouse, period, or a significant other. Or can I break it down into, like, 25% heart, and then what, 33 and, I'm sorry, 35 and whatever mind and soul. You get one point. Kind of manipulate the numbers to make it happen. But then when you do that, you know, weird things can happen. Probably not for the best when you go doing that. I don't know. It crossed my mind. And it was just really, really strong physically last night. And I was like, you know, nobody was like, come on now. And my heart was like, yeah, I get it. But guess what? I'm not ready yet. You guys, especially when I sat in my husband's truck on Sunday, you know, I drive around my subdivision or I sit in it. So my oldest son and I, we just sat in there, you know, just to keep the car, warm the car up. And my son played some of my husband's CDs that he had in his truck. Now we sat there. So, I don't know. But I think I'm ready for a friend, an adult friend, you know. I do have this grief forum um, that I'm supposed to attend tomorrow. And if it's open for a Q&A, I'm definitely going to ask them, like, hey, what does it look like, for a widow? What are some of the basic telltale signs that dating may be okay? And what are some really red flags that you're not ready, you know? And then also, are there certain safe and secured, social events for widows and widowers, who are looking to date, or start, adult friendships, leading into, dates and things like that, dating, or a relationship even. Because my thing is, as a widow, I go to these groups and I always hear about, some that start dating and you're like, and once the counselor or the therapist who's running the session asks them questions, it sounds, and they, tell the truth about the situation. There are these, I guess, widowers vultures. That's what they look for. See, I don't want that. I would be that type of person's worst nightmare. Because if I felt like you were doing something, I would come after your soul. And I don't want to do that. I'm too kind, too loving, too peaceful. But I don't want anybody trying to manipulate or take advantage of my grief journey, my feelings, my heart. So let me know. And like I said, I'll once after the Q&A, well, if they have a Q&A at this grief forum, I'll ask. And if, of course, any resources that come across me, I'll post them and put them in the description box. All right. So, hey, let me know. What does dating look like for a widower? How do you know you're ready? What are the warning signs? How do you avoid I guess to some extent, self-sabotage, or self-sacrifice to some extent of your happiness. Anyway, I'm gonna hold on to that visual as long as I can, though, until I figure it out. All right, peace and love, everybody, and remember, it gets better. Today is January. What is today? January 19th, 2019. In a few days, it will be 8 years for me that my husband transitioned. And believe me, those first few years went by so fast. I'm still trying to catch up on the memories, the things that happened, right after. And now, my body's asking, like, hey, we want to be with the opposite sex. And my heart is like, excuse me, we still trying to figure some stuff out and unearth some feelings and put them in their proper place. My mind is like, excuse me, both of you guys, I'm still healing. I'm still relearning things that it took us years in college to learn. So, let me know.